Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be planting the spider's web Fatsia from the Southern Living Plant Collection right here on the corner of my house. These are hardy in zone 7 to 9, but in zone 7, they definitely need to go into a protected space. These large palmate shaped leaves here, they'll end up about this big, and they are very vulnerable to hard winter freezes. Zone 8 and 9, you can use them out and away from houses. These are definitely shade-loving plants. Fatsia japonica does flower, and this year they've put on a big show around my area, and the pollinators absolutely love them. Spider's webs was picked because of this incredible variegation on this plant. Most of the new leaves are super striking, almost more white than green on them, and it's a white variegation, and it just really pops. As the leaves age, they lose some of that variegation, and it creates almost multiple layers on the plant, where the top outside of it is almost white, and then a middle layer where it's kind of a half and half, and then the bottom where they're dark green leaves. Fatsia definitely need well-drained soil. I'm putting this right on the corner of the house, so not going to get a lot of wind. Like I say, they do need some protection. And secondly, I've got a couple of irrigation pipes crossing right here where I'm trying to put this plant. And we want to mound them up some so they're not staying abnormally wet. And other than that, that's not a difficult plant to grow. It's not a plant that requires a lot of maintenance. Spider's web's going to get somewhere in the 4 to 5 by 4 to 5 range. I think on the, I don't think that's actually what it says on the tag. And that's what you'll see. I'll see Fatsia japonica as big as, 6 or even 8 feet tall. I doubt the variegated one is going to get that big, and it's definitely not going to happen very quickly. The variegated plant's definitely going to be a slower growing variety. I have some compost here that I had put on the top of the soil, and it gets incorporated when I plant it. Other than that, I'm not doing anything special to this soil. At the end of the day, I just want to leave this thing up 2 or 3 inches above the grade. Best way to take this, a few weeds in this pot. The best way to take this out of the container is to flip it upside down like this. Not a super aggressive rooting plant, and I guarantee I'm see very few roots. Yeah, I grew Fatsia for a long time, and they're super slow to root out into a container. This is a beautiful plant. It's got a good size on it, and it still hasn't really rooted in. So nothing to break up really. I just want to set it in here, kind of test fit it. I'll use my shovel and put it across here and make sure that the top of the root ball is above that shovel. That shovel sitting on the side of the hole, I'll bring it around here so you can see it, sitting across the top of the original grade allows me to see, the top of that shovel right there is higher than the original grade. And as long as this root ball is above that, I'm happy with that, and firm it into place there. And that's pretty much it. There's not really, this is not a complicated plant if you put it in the right place. That's the key to Fatsia. If you're in zone 7, make sure that the wind in the winter time is not going to beat it up. If they're going to die, they tend to die from severe cold or root rot. And hopefully I'm preventing the root rot by mounding it up, and preventing the severe cold by putting it near the house. So there you go. After I get that tamped around the base there, I'm going to add some mulch back to it. I don't have very much mulch here. I may go get some more and add a little bit more around it. Put about a 2-inch layer of mulch but I don't put any mulch up here on the actual bottom of the stem of the plant at all. Really not any maintenance to do on this plant. I'm going to fertilize it at the same time I fertilize all of my other shrubs and trees in the yard in late winter or early spring. I probably won't need to prune this plant in the next 5 years or so, but when you do, it would be done in the late winter. These are almost bamboo-like, and they can be, there's kind of segmented growth on them. And if I get a crazy limb on one, I'll just go past the Fatsia and just pop it right off with my hand. Or you can cut it with a pair of pruners. But that's all the pruning that's ever going to need to be done on it, is if you get a weird wild limb that goes a different direction than the rest of the plant's going. Other than that, almost nothing. So this is spider's web Fatsia from the Southern Living Plant Collection. Just one of my absolute favorite interesting plants that give year-round color interest in a shady space. Thanks for watching.